this episode, we're joined by Rivia, a rising band from Liverpool that are bringing a fresh twist to the rock scene, blending 80s rock with the energy and gritty vibe of the 90s. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming over.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yes, I'm Peter. I'm the bassist of Rivia.
I'm Matt. I play guitar and I sing.
I'm lead guitar.
I'm Chris and I'm the drummer.
And Chris is sharing a mic.
I'm on them, yeah.
So, would you like to tell us how Rivia got together?
It's kind of
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
28. Well,
Yeah. So me and Waz knew each other from school. I sang on some of your GCSE stuff, didn't I?
yeah, it'll be out there somewhere. That,
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
And we always liked each other as musicians and more importantly people.
How times change. Yeah.
Indeed. So I was coming out of a band at the time, and I had a lot of songs, so I was writing, looking to start a new project, and I was like, who can I get that's like an incredible musician to sort of do this thing with me? So first person I phone's him. And he was like, I'll think about it. See if I can fit you in. And then decided that you did want to do it.
Yeah.
And
Hell
then,
yeah.
yeah.
And look at us now.
Yeah, and then we auditioned like 40 people for drums and bass.
40?
Yeah.
Went
it was
round the
a-
world a little bit.
It was a long process. It was a long process.
Did you have, is that because you had something specific in mind, or?
It's kind
Just
of
finding the right buzz, I think, and kind
Yeah.
of what we wanted with it as well.
Yeah,
Um,
and
the
finding
people
the right
or the
people,
talent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but both.
Yeah.
Really, because there was a couple of people who were like, "Oh, we really like them and we really get on with them," but their music chops just aren't up to it, and it was hard to kind of go like,
I'll have a pint with you.
yeah. But then we found these two,
Yeah, they kind of just click straight away.
and that was that. And ever since, it's been us four.
They kind of just come to us as well. I mean, it was through a friend of a friend. We kind of met you, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I just remember being in my job. I was working at a car park at like a football game, and like the lad I was working with was like dead awkward, dead like silent for like 10 minutes, and he just went, "Play drums, don't you?" Yeah, why? And he's like, "Oh, mate's looking for a drummer there." And about 10 minutes later, he rang me being all like, "Oh yeah, this is Mr. Matthews. Looking to
PE
audition."
teacher.
I was like, "Oh,
Who's this? Like,
Can you tell them about the first time we picked you up at one?
oh my god!" Right. So, I hadn't been in a band for about a year, and I thought, you know what, I'll get back into it. I want to do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it again. And they would say, okay, we'll go do like a little audition type thing. You know, we'll go Pirate Studios. Well, can you get to the centre of town? I'll pick you up from town. So yeah, sound okay. So I go to Central, and sat there for about 5 minutes on a day like today, freezing, and I just hear from downright. And I was like, dickheads. And then it just comes down the road and stops right in front of you, like that. Music blasting. It was a Ford. No, it was Corsa. It was a Corsa. And I was like, what the fuck? And the window went down. And he goes, "Chris, get in that." And I was like, no way.
Had the exhaust gone on it?
No.
Is that what the sound was? The exhaust had gone.
Basically, the exhaust fell off the car, and it was cheaper. It was cheaper for me to replace it with like a straight pipe, just like cheap sports exhaust, and get the actual one for the car. So I just lived with that until the car died, basically. Yeah, you can hear it from a mile away. And it didn't move. You could walk quicker than that car.
You did.
Well, it was a laugh. It was a good laugh.
how long was it after Chris that I joined?
It was. I think it was a couple of months. And
I
then
joined in like February. And I
Ah.
think you joined in
Like
like
May. Yeah.
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 I was just. I think I'd gone to music college, and then a couple of years kind of went by, and I wasn't in a band or doing any music really. So I just felt a bit like, oh, I want to be back in a band again. So I think I just went like searching on Facebook or Instagram at the time, and was just like going on, like band pages and finding fellow musicians. And then I saw an ad saying, "Oh, we need a bassist," and it was these guys. It was just like a picture of you two at the time, like on the dock.
Oh, great.
I was just like, yeah, they look all right. Yeah, let's give it a go.
We nailed it. Yeah, we nailed it.
A bit of a Nirvana, Nickelback vibe. So it's like,
Is that the vibe you got at the time?
yeah, at the time,
it's
with
interesting
Matt's hair was like long and blonde.
Yeah.
Just play.
That's what you got.
I know. Because you cast me back to me thinking about it, because the two lads in our band were a two-piece to begin with, and I remember seeing the picture of them first, thinking, "Oh, they look like an Oasis tribute."
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, but it's interesting. Like you get a sort of preconceived idea, but now you've been in it so long.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel weird thinking back to what they looked like at the time?
I mean,
We've all
yeah, I
went
think
through
we've
like some
changed
big changes, haven't we?
changed a bit
Like,
over time.
Yeah. For the best, I think, as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
yeah. I do sometimes miss your long hair, though.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too. Yeah. So I messaged, and I think it was like Warren. Got in touch with, and he was like, "Yeah."
And you heard the Corsa coming down the street.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It's like,
just
oh,
like-
that's not them, is it?
Yeah, I think they just invited me to come and do a practice. Sent me a few demos, and then I just remember listening to them non-stop because I really wanted to impress them, and like tried to think of harmonies as well because I know I'm quite good at that. I was like, oh, they don't have harmonies in this song, so I'm going to try and bring it in.
I
so, yeah.
remember. I remember that was the selling point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember being in there. You came in, you started playing, we were like, and then you just, I've got an idea for you. You just put it on. And I remember all three of us looking at each other like, that was good. This guy's good.
He's taking initiative.
Yeah. So
It was good.
yeah,
That was good.
yeah. So that's how
I'd love
I
to watch that
started.
back.
I know. I
Go
will.
back.
I'll be-
Seeing all
yeah.
like those going, oh my god.
Yeah.
They are all the golden sort of nugget moments, aren't they? That
Yeah.
they never get like filmed or pictured or anything. Unless you're the
The
Beatles.
documentary's gonna be rubbish.
I think we've got like a selfie of all of us on that first day.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can like get it up and like show
There's
it
a
on the-
video of your first audition. Were you playing?
Yeah,
drums?
there is.
Yeah.
We did a post. and it's
Coming
some-
up
some
from
really
the,
Oh my God.
the bass drum, like lifting up like with that cool. I was just like, oh, look at these losers.
Yeah. That's how it
that's
got
how, yeah.
started with all of us.
So it's the original lineup then. They're all,
Yeah.
It is.
Love that.
yeah.
So how many years is that in total?
So not counting COVID, it's 7.
You have
But-
to count COVID. I'm
but
so sorry.
counting COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, hang
didn't
on,
gig
sorry,
in
oh,
COVID,
no,
what's
sorry,
wrong
it's
with
the
you?
other way. It's the other way.
Counting
You can tell I'm a musician, not a mathematician. So yeah, it's counting COVID.
7 years.
It is 7 years. Yeah. Not counting, it's 5. Yeah,
Yeah, we still did get some stuff done in.
yeah we released a track during
we put
COVID, trying to keep
down
it
and out
going.
on it.
Yeah, down and out.
and out.
Down
Yeah.
was the COVID track.
What an appropriately
Yeah.
titled track.
Yeah,
You know, we capitalised as much as we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
It kept us busy as well, eh?
Yeah.
yeah.
There's nothing you can do in that period of time. though.
It was
Mad time.
bad.
And we done a gig actually when it was kind of coming out of lockdown a little bit. We done a live streamed gig in a dojo. It was like live streamed to Facebook. That was cool.
That was fun.
dead
Like,
cool.
That's the same place
I
that
was going to say it's
Room
not the Room
2?
2 dojo, is it? In Wavertree, I think it is.
No.
it's
It's
in
in
Wavertree.
Liverland.
It's in
All right.
C4 for us.
why is there so many dojos?
They're everywhere.
Why are bands being in dojos?
I didn't even.
That's what we do in
I
our
didn't
spare
even know.
time.
it was called a
Just
dojo.
going from an
Fight
arm
each
bar
other.
straight to a 16th note triplet groove or something.
So where did you come up with the name Rivia?
We had loads of names in a hat kind of thing.
I'd love to know what the others were actually.
Oh, there was some stupid ones like there was one like so where I live. There's a park where I live called Moorside Park. So I was like, oh, Moorside would be quite cool. But then I was like, meh. And then at one point I was just gonna call it Biff.
Nah.
So I was a heavy smoker.
So glad you put it.
Yeah.
There was a few that didn't get used. I won't say the rest of the story. One point I was going to call it like Blastoise, from a big Pokemon fan. But I was playing The Witcher at the time. Game, it was books that got turned into games that got turned into an awful Netflix show.
You said it.
Yeah. R.I.P. Cavill. And I was like, oh, fell in love with the game, the world, and like all the lore kind of stuff. And then Rivia, the main guy's called Geralt of Rivia, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. What's like Rivia like because I thought cool words, really no sort of other bands called Rivia. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Check Spotify, no other bands called Rivia. Great.
Good.
Okay, that's a good sign. I was like, what Rivia actually like? Turns out he's not actually from there in like the books and all this madness. He just like helps them out and they effectively knight him and like call him out to Rivia. So I was like, I like the way he's not from there, but he can sort of ends up being accepted by these completely different people to him and sort of like find his own way.
Anointed.
Yeah.
And you're Liverpool based.
We are.
Yes.
You couldn't tell.
Yeah. We are.
Could you give us your musical backgrounds? How did you get into playing music?
Who's going
Do you want to
first?
start?
Yeah.
Do you know what, for me, it was a mix of none of my family are musical in the way of they play instruments, but they all love music, in their own way. And it was I'd probably say mostly me mum being a huge Pink Floyd fan and Zeppelin fan, and that just steamrolled into guitar, lead guitar. And then my uncle bought me a Led Zeppelin CD, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I need to learn guitar. Since then, it kind of rolled into that. Then.
My grandfather played guitar. He was a roadie for the Foremost. So he was all very much like loved all the Mersey beat stuff and the sort of 60s rock and roll stuff. So he taught me how to play guitar, and I was quite late to it. I was like 15 when I started playing. Because all I wanted to do before that was skateboard.
Skateboards.
Yeah. How times change. So I started playing, and as soon as I played my first chord, I was like, "Oh wow, this is kind of like what I want to do." And I was doing musical theatre at the time, and I sort of made the transition from a thespian to a punk rocker, which is it's not usually the way things go. Like, but yeah, that was me. Like, yeah.
With me, I kind of started when I was 11 on piano. Got to grade 5 and then gave up grades because I hate. I hate classical music. I hate like reading the classical music, and I just wanted to do my own thing. But then my brother was a big drummer, so I really started trying to get onto drums, and I think I taught myself drums as well. And then I went on the acoustic guitar because some of my family could play acoustic guitar. So I was just copying off everyone and trying to do what everyone else could do, really.
And then you
but I
ended up
did
being
it.
able to do
Yeah,
everything.
I could literally like drums, acoustic guitar, and then I went into music college as like I performed like what do you call it when you get inducted into? Well, you go on your exam to get in. Audition. Yeah, I actually auditioned as a drummer. And then ended up coming out after the 2 years as a bassist. Where you join different bands in the college. Yeah, and then, as I said, a couple of years later, after I wasn't really doing much music I was just working, and then saw the ad for bassist, and I was like, well, I think I can pick that up again.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't my first instrument, I thought, go ahead, I'll give it a go.
Yeah. But you've done pretty much like a lot of different instruments for Rivia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like keyboard and whatnot.
You are definitely the multi-instrumentalist of
The do it all guy. Yeah.
Peter will do that.
Yeah, and then I very much went down like a academic route. So I started playing drums when I was about 10. Lessons outside of school in Presto Music, and the teachers there were just amazing. Star Sailor. And Star Sailor, the drummer from Star Sailor was teaching there. She was my drummer for about 7 years. He was my drum teacher about 7 years. And I went through school. I was just constantly in the practice rooms, just playing drums. Played guitar as well, but drums was always more natural. Came natural. And then I went to uni. I've been to BIM. Done drums in BIM, and again that was just like the teachers there and the actual lads there who you're around. I still speak to most of them now. They're just like some of the most phenomenal people.
Yeah,
like players are just
And then from there I've gone off. I'm now I've done my masters in music industry, I just always wanted to do something in music. So now I'm doing this. I teach part-time as well. I teach in secondary school. And yeah, it's just very much more of a... I was the opposite to you. I was like, I want the grades.
Yeah.
I want the badge kind of thing.
I just wanted to sound cool and impress people.
Yeah, and similar to yourself, there was nobody really in the family who was musical. All my family, all my cousins, all footballers. I hated football. I couldn't stand it. I used to get bored on. I did. I played football for in primary school for about 2 years, and I hated it. I was a defender for a reason. You know what I mean? I just used to run at people and snap them. That was hated it. But I've always wanted to do music, and
you're a good drummer, so
yeah, I'm alright. I like to think I know what I'm doing. It's got me this far.
You know how to hit stuff.
Yeah, it's got me this far. Just about got to 5 the other day. Counted to 5. So, but yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what does that actually make you feel like? That there's another person in the band that can play drums as well.
Oh no,
I'm confident.
It's not a normal thing, though, really, is it?
No, it's not. It's not a normal thing. And what is cool is getting that insight. Because I've played in other bands that don't have other drummers, and trying to get so what are you thinking for this song? And they go yeah, so a bit a bit thrashy, but slow, but
I'll do it
energy.
Like a boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, and you're like, what the fuck is that?
You've all heard those stories. You're in the studio, and some fella goes, "Oh yeah, I reckon it could be a bit more, just a bit more, and you go,
no.
but you go, oh yeah, sound, yeah. You play the exact same thing, and they go, oh, that was it, yeah, that's the one. Nice one, fella. That'll do it. But yeah, so it's one of that. It's nice actually to have him. Sometimes you do go, nah.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I will just overrule you sometimes. Go, nah, I'm not doing that.
Would you say you lot are those kinds of musicians that you'd prefer the honesty as opposed to?
Yeah,
It's getting there. It's getting there. Keep going.
It's good criticism, isn't it?
If it's bad, let us know it's bad.
Yeah, definitely.
So the first thing we ask, isn't it, after a gig, is what did you think of that? What needs fixing?
Yeah, be honest.
We hate that coming off and say, yeah, boys, that was dead good. That was great. I was like, yeah, shut up. What did you actually think?
What was bad?
Just fix it.
I think within yourself though as well. I've got a thing within our band. I always say it because I'm a bit of a dad about it as well. Don't have a talking shop on stage.
Yeah.
People still watching you. Just finish a set. Make sure you finish your set. Get off stage.
Yeah.
Then go and say thanks.
Yeah.
And then I have a 3 lamppost rule. Right. What did you think? It was shit.
That's really it. Isn't it?
It was terrible. Tell us all about it.
So bad.
So who are your musical influences?
We've got
drummer
so many.
to bassist this time.
Oh, okay.
Can we go on instrument as well?
Instruments. My favourite drummer.
Yeah. And then
Yeah. So I've kind of both in the same thing. My favourite drummer is the drummer for Avenged Sevenfold, the original drummer, Jimmy Sullivan.
The
Rev. Yeah. So he's and not just as a drummer, but as a musician, because he could sing. As a songwriter, he was just incredible, and he just seems like a lovely guy as well from all the stuff that you see about him. So he was a big influence of mine, and from there, I love that band. I've seen them twice. I just follow them on everything. I
can't remember what album it is, but he recorded a whole album on one take.
The first one, it's Sound in the Seventh.
Incredible.
The whole, and you can, it's unbelievable. The whole thing, and there's loads of little hiccups in there as well, where he either misses a beat or goes he does a bar too long, and they just play it into the song. It's cool but little things like that. I love stuff like that. And he was a nutter as well. He was an absolute nutter. So he's always been a big influence of mine. And then I grew up listening to Slipknot and Bullet for My Valentine, Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park. I've just since Linkin Park came back with those new tunes, I've just been listening to loads of Linkin Park.
Eloy Casagrande then for Slipknot.
Nah, Joey.
Oh,
Joey, you can't not.
Mrs.
You can't not, can you? He just made it. You think about it,
Pioneer.
It wouldn't have been, yeah, exactly. Okay, we look at what he was doing now, and people go, oh yeah, I've seen that, but no one had seen that before he when he turned up.
It's mad that Danny Carey of all people from Tool now is getting the exact same thing. People are doing like loads and loads of videos on YouTube of reacting to his stuff from that he's doing in the 90s. He's very much the same. So, yeah.
I'm not into
like,
that. I've not seen that.
Mate, look at him, Danny Carey.
I know he is. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's incredible,
like
isn't he?
some of the live videos, like Numa, or something like that.
Numa.
Oh yeah, go check that out.
Yeah, honestly, it's insane.
See,
But
that's one of them where it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, just watching drum porn. You know what I mean?
3 o'clock in the morning.
It's
Those
like-
are rookie numbers.
They're like, what's he playing there? and then you wait. You convince yourself, I'll learn that tomorrow.
It's cool though. It's very, very cool.
I'll watch that. But
that drum porn.
but yeah, so like I'm definitely into like more heavier music, metal, like pop punk, that kind of stuff. I listen to like weird stuff as well, like Oingo Boingo and like Mr. Bungle and stuff on the occasion. Bit of Crazy Frog, yeah.
I have gone into Chris's car a couple of times. He's like, all right, lad. Oh, yeah, sound, yeah. All right, it's on the way. Speakers coming through. What is that on your stereo, bro? And it's like, oh, yeah, it's just this. Have you not heard it yet? No. Yeah, can't confirm. Eclectic.
It's true. With me, do you know what? It's hard to say favourite band. I'd chop and change that many times. It's so
Just
difficult.
where you're at right now.
Where I'm at right where I'm
It
at.
changes for us every
So
week. doesn't
right
it?
now, it's just changed again. Probably say Smashing Pumpkins. I kind of always go back to the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
But I'm a big.
We get Smashing
Like-
Pumpkins a lot, don't we?
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm a big kind of rock, grunge, blues kind of guy, all in the same little bubble, if you like. Favorite guitarist, probably say Gary Moore.
Oh,
It's
I like
just-
that. Okay.
He's just unbelievable.
We like Gary
I'm
Moore
a big
before.
Les Paul guy.
So many
He plays
people
Les
look
Paul.
up to him.
It's incredible,
Yeah.
unbelievable. Oh yeah, love him.
It is awesome. Like. Singers for me. I can't choose between them, but both of them for different reasons. Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge and Chester from Linkin Park. Chester for the gravel and the grit and the power, and Miles Kennedy for the technique and the range is just like, I remember the first time I listened to Alter Bridge and just went, who the bloody hell's that? Like, I need to learn to sing like that.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
You've got it. You've got it. You sound.
I just haven't got that range yet. Like, he's got like something stupid, like 4 octaves, and it's just comfy. Like,
Yeah.
here's me sitting at like trying to push 3, sweating. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, Miles Kennedy and Chester,
Nice.
my two like
What about like bands?
bands. That's a tricky one. I would have to go like for my just from growing up as a kid, Def Leppard. Like
Oh.
just
Never
anything,
don't get a lot of Def Leppard.
anything Def Leppard or Bon
That's
Jovi.
got to be parents.
No,
Is it
no,
not?
no. Like they were. My dad was a huge Nickelback fan. So that was yeah. Look at this graph.
Look at this graph.
But yeah, and then like my granddad was a like a massive Mersey beat fan, like Beatles and Floyd. So I had that, and then I was blissfully unaware
It's
of
interesting
80s
Def
glam rock.
Leppard as well because they made it big in America, but they didn't
Yeah, they're massive in
necessarily
America,
get
aren't they?
big over here
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Sheffield based as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mad
that.
that.
We've got like a unique sound as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You know it's Def Leppard, don't you? You just know the sound. It's just
We're
there.
talking about that with someone the other day about how definitive, like, even you look in the charts and bands now, that a lot of the bands that tend to do well are really distinct in their sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, and I think they're very much like,
Yeah.
if you heard a track, you'd be like, it's Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bassists. I've got I'd say 3 different ones that I quite like. I mean, I'd say the main one is probably, basically, I'll give you a little bit of background. Basically, the Wombats is my cousin's the drummer,
Right.
and so the bassist of the Wombats, I've known him since I was like a kid. And I've been to their shows.
There's the
and-
first one. Chuck that name on the floor there. Sorry, mate.
Oh, he got you. He got you, lad.
Yeah, so I grew up like watching them play like early gigs as well, and I just love his energy on stage. and just some of his bass lines are sick. And he's a lovely guy, and I love his vibe. Really chill off stage, but energetic on stage. It's boss. That's quite like
It's
me,
like
really.
you.
Yeah,
It's really
it
like
is
you.
quite. Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, but he's toured. Yeah, and then just in more recent ones. I quite like. Let's say I can't remember his name now, but Royal Blood bassist.
Oh, right,
the
yeah.
lead singer. Yeah, he's sick. Just some of the tones he can get from his board.
So fat, aren't they?
It's
unbelievable.
Yeah. You can't really do that kind of stuff in like this kind of bands, because like we have tried it sometimes, and then you're like, oh, it just doesn't need that push of like that tone of the bass.
Down to probably because you got two guitars.
Yeah.
Frequency sort of.
Yeah. So it's not needed, but it's awesome. And then old on Rage Against the Machine bassist, I can't remember his name again.
He doesn't get enough mention.
Yeah.
Comerford.
Yeah, that sounds right.
For him, it's just literally every bass line on every song. It's just got something.
Yeah.
Like
It's just
something
solid,
unique.
isn't
And
it?
It's like the Ringo Starr of bass players, isn't it? Like the pocket bass player.
So then I guess bands, it's from a young age, it's kind of started as like Busted and kind of the stuff we're doing now. It's quite nostalgic for me. Busted, Blink-182, and then more recently, I'd say, I mean, obviously Wombats as well. I got the indie, get into indie stuff, and then it's gonna be a bit popular one, but I'd say I'm not ashamed to say it. 1975.
I'm not ashamed to say it.
Do you want to press stop on that record?
I mean, to be fair.
I've got to break it to you guys, but
I was like, is this going to be T Swift or Chapel Road?
it's okay.
1975. I don't mind a bit of Taylor, to be fair. Like,
Definitely stop it now.
That's the end of the show.
Too far.
You've just gone to, you
Yeah.
could have named any band.
I know.
You didn't
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't listen to any of them, but I do appreciate what Chaperone said last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Spot
Just
on that, by
talking
the way.
about
I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
What did she say?
At the Grammy, she gave you a proper protest speech to labels.
Yeah, about
and
all
that.
Like the
the
labels and stuff.
all
that's
the
interesting.
people
Like,
with the money out there.
okay.
we've got you, but have you got us, basically?
Oh, okay.
Like,
I haven't seen it. I'll
no,
have to
it's
take a look.
really, really good.
That's
Oh,
good.
check that out.
Because
Yeah.
she got dropped from a label, didn't she?
Yeah.
And they basically just went, ta-da, see you later, and she had nothing.
No way.
So she was like, basically like, no money, no healthcare, no like anything.
Yeah.
So they basically like homeless, for lack of a better term. And then obviously got signed again and all that jazz.
Crazy.
Won a Grammy.
Yeah.
I mean, good.
Yeah, good going.
Talk about
Back,
it. Talk,
yeah.
talk about it.
Take some
Yeah.
brass cojones to even not the
Yeah.
biggest stage in the world. that.
Absolutely.
Calling them
Like
out.
I would say, like I wasn't really a Chapel Roan fan before this morning.
Clever marketing, really, isn't it?
and now I think I am.
Yeah.
And Hot to Go is an earworm.
That's a tune.
I'm just a fan. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like it, to be fair.
I'll go
I can
see
see
her
what
live.
we're covering soon.
Partake, yeah.
So back to Rivia, how would you describe your sound to anyone that's not heard it?
Like a skateboard with a PhD.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
Well, what did
Oh, I quite
Mikey?
like that.
Mikey
Yeah,
said
that's quite-
something that US
You could
college
just end
rock
that
are the
there, you know.
highest.
Yeah, US college rock. Like,
Yeah, that's
kinda-
literally what I got from it.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Proper American Pie.
Yeah.
Coming of age movie. Kind
Get
of
us
thing.
to the US. Yeah.
Like, we need Mr. Levenstein in a video. If we can get him, then
It's like if
I'll die
Weezer got
happy.
better.
Yeah. We'll take
Taken,
it.
Write that down.
That's the new Twitter bio. That.
No, I definitely get the like American sort of 2000. No, probably like 95 to 2010
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. So that's cool with us. That's what we like. Yeah.
Excellent.
We nailed it.
We are,
That's more-
we are
that's more-
sounding like what we want to sound.
It's always reassuring.
Like, that's changed though recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were very much like alt rock.
And
Yeah.
then we
Kind of
got
Foo
and then we got
Fighters.
heavy.
Yeah, it was kind of, yeah.
And then we
pushed it
got a bit dark and moody. We went through our angry teenage phase.
Went for your Nickelback sort of really, really annoyed. Don't
even
take
come
the piss out
back
of me
in the
anymore.
review. We got
It
called
did,
Nickelback.
yeah.
In the
I-
Poodlehead Nickelback.
Poodlehead
and he's still
Nickelback.
saved in my phone now as Poodlehead Nickelback.
I am.
Like, that was the best review we've ever had.
I can't even like argue. He got me good.
Yeah, he did,
I
he
can't
did.
even say that. I had like, you'll see like we hair from years ago. It's like this big, massive blonde mop. It looks like an old brush. Like, and you know what?
Viking biopic. There.
Yeah,
Literally,
it's he described it perfectly.
The best bit about that review was he absolutely rinsed us. It was
Yeah.
you supporting Blocks.
Yeah.
You know,
Shout out
Blocks.
to Blocks, by the way.
Yeah, big shout out to Blocks.
Yeah.
Big love.
And we were supporting them in phase 1, and he came along. He just rinsed every support,
Yeah.
and then just praised Blocks. And then about 2 years later, we supported Mallory Knox in the same venue.
Yep.
And he came along and he just sung his praises. It was just like, yeah, he's right.
He must have felt bad for that one. Aphrodite's about.
I'm sure we shared it. I'm sure we shared like what he said about like Poodlehead and Nickelback. We're like, cheers, mate. Nice one for that. Just put it everywhere. Like, nice one for that fella.
And then I shaved all my hair off.
That was the last straw.
Phone Chad Kroger, like, it can only be one.
So how does the Rivia songwriting process come about?
There's not really
It's-
a
it
set
has-
process, is there? It's
Yeah.
kind
We're
of.
getting there, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's evolving.
It's coming more to us. What
Yeah.
we normally find is it's either Matt or P will have a little idea kind of maybe on the phone. If it's Peter, he'll have it saved on his phone as like bacon or like
titles, all
jelly
his- all his
babies or-
demos is
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. That's what
Yeah.
the saved the voice notes are.
Chicken strips.
Yeah, chicken strips. I think that's our latest
That's
release.
our latest.
Actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And, yeah.
Working title,
yeah.
chicken strips.
We can't just come in.
No. Chicken strips
Yeah,
is
what?
the new.
one.
Yeah.
The
other new
Yeah,
one.
we can't talk about this.
We've come to just jam them, really, haven't we? And put our little parts on here and there and kind of work it out together, and they just gel into a tune.
Yeah, we'll usually come in with a skeleton. Won't we?
Yeah.
Like, I've got like these lyrics or this riff or this like progression, whatever. It never sort of starts in the same place. It's always like I've got a lyric or a lead
Yeah.
line or a bass line or it's always kind of starts from a different place, and then we'll bring that in to practice, and then we'll sit there
Jam.
together in the room and flesh it
Refine it.
out and
Refine it,
complete it.
How long does it usually take to
It can
somewhat?
It can vary.
Half an hour or 3
Yeah.
years. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's some we've done, like we've literally got in the practice room at like 6 o'clock and we've been done by 7
I think
o'clock.
Snake Hips was that.
Snake
wasn't
Hips
it?
was
Snake Hips
yeah,
was
Snake Hips
great.
was that.
Snake Hips was an idea you came in with.
Yeah.
This idea for really like
Swamp-
bluesy
yeah.
rock, like,
Yeah.
Swamp rock.
and it just turned into like it was one of them where it was like
Shouting
everyone
Snake
just like it was just like idea
here we
after
go.
idea,
Yeah,
like,
let's go,
and
go,
it just
go.
worked.
Yeah.
And within an hour we had the song done. And I was
Yeah.
like, get that in the set now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it just works like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're usually the
Yeah.
best songs. Like,
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can work on something and you just can't get it. You just
For-
can't
for
get it together.
weeks.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
had one for a while now, like 6 months. We're still trying to work out. And then when
Battling.
we did Everything You Got, that
Yeah.
was like we did a song
Yeah.
like probably about a year ago. We made it, and it was 2 practices done.
It's
It was like the practices were like
isn't
2
it?
hours
Yeah.
long.
It's
Yeah.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
they're always the best ones though.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
They're always the
Everyone's
best
just
ones.
like, there's pure arguments, and at
Yeah.
the end of it was like, right,
Start practice like I hate you. Leave practice. I love you.
What is quite cool as well is our approach to songwriting is definitely we all balance each other out quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the influences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything I write sounds dark as fuck. And then these guys, it's like dead moody and dead depressing. And then that's just because of everything I listen to. And then these guys come here to like Summer and Rainbows. And we kind of just balance it out.
Yeah.
So it's actually cool.
It's like we'll get our individual stuff and put it through the Rivia filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then whatever comes out the bottom, we're like, yeah, we'll use that. But
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been alright so far.
and somehow
It's funny.
we're still a band.
And do you have a specific, like, do you base lyrics on specific things, or are they just like word soup that just like?
There's definitely quite a pattern.
I like to tell stories,
Yeah.
but I don't like to be like once upon a time, and then this happened. I like to keep it a little bit ambiguous because, like, you ask like 100 different people, what does that song mean to you? You get 100 different answers.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, it means something personal to me. Like, there's some songs that are very much like personal of my experiences of life, and then there are some which are more hypothetical and like it's more of me exploring an idea of what if, lyrically anyway. But yeah, I like to tell stories
And let people interpret them themselves.
Yeah. And then it's interesting because having that little bit of ambiguity in it, it's like the different listener will insert themselves into different parts of the story and things like that, and it's like it's interesting to see people's reactions on how they sort of do that and what they take away from it. I'm always and will forever be fascinated by that side of it. I think it's just really cool.
Do you have in the band? Do you have specific roles outside the music, like your social media or your booking gigs? Or?
We did.
We
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like, who's seen that first?
Yeah. we
Get
play
on it.
we play to
Yeah.
play to each other's strengths and
Yeah.
cover each other's weaknesses.
Yeah.
I think it would be a nice way of putting it.
But definitely,
Like-
especially if us all kind of working different jobs.
Yeah.
Some of us might be busy at the time and kind of you're not or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think we just kind of, if something hasn't been dealt with, screenshot it in the chat. Have we done this? No, let's get it done.
Yeah, I'd
a
say
lot,
can do it.
a lot of bands just have the one person that does everything.
Nah, yeah, it's not that. Like, I'd say, like,
Sorry, mate, go on.
yeah, because I'd say Chris, like, you team to do like press releases and write all that.
I do all the,
all the
I do all
You're
the academic stuff.
Yeah, all the really good.
Definitely the best
stuff.
stuff. That.
What's our treasurer?
Email
Yes.
and
Yeah.
Our treasurer.
finances.
Yes, we have nothing. It's
We
all
have
gone.
zero in the
It's all gone.
It's,
But can we
it's
get a
true.
Mackey's?
but, I'll get the Mackies on me, boys.
There's never enough money for like studio time or like promotion, but there's always enough money for chicken nuggets.
Yeah, so always.
That's a good point, actually. How do you guys fund yourselves, like as a band? Because I think there's a lot of artists that pump their own individual money into it.
That's it. It's kind of that. We have a band like joint account, effectively.
Yeah.
So any money we can make, we put it all into that.
We probably run it closer to a sports club than an actual band, don't we? Really,
Probably.
because we all sort of go like, well, here's our band account, and we all sort of pay a little dropsy into it like every week. So we've always got something to like if anything comes up. We
For chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Usually chicken nuggets and a double cheeseburger. Like. But that's usually how it goes. And then we've all got respective jobs and
It's a
use
help.
that to fund our dreams.
And then we did at some point we were doing some like cover gigs together.
Yeah,
so
cover gigs.
just like
Yeah,
Bruce
they were
cover
fun.
gigs.
They were
which
pretty
was
cool.
great.
we went on to the
And they were
really
helping pay.
elusive moniker of Trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll never know.
Like same logo, same everything, just crayon T. That'll do.
That's sad. There's the cover band. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I find it interesting how other bands like facilitate everything. You know, like like in our case, we only use cover gigs as a way to fund ourselves.
It's good.
It's
that-
a good
that is
way.
fun. The cover gigs are fun as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
but
was a
then
good
if
laugh.
like we've only got one now, and if that ever runs short, it's like it's sort of the Titanic.
Yeah.
But you know, it's interesting because other bands facilitate it themselves. Do you ever find conflict with that, with the way that your job is? Like, if you all got secure jobs in that way, that what would it be if it ever, like, one of you ever lost a job or you moved on and you couldn't pay
I think
into
we-
it?
We help each other out. Don't
Yeah.
And that's the best way for us to be. You know, if we're stuck, we try and move on from it.
Yeah. Like
It's a tough one.
Like
Fix it.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we'll put our heads together and go like, well, what can we do?
Yeah.
And what is realistic, and how can we do it? And then we'll try and get through it as a team. And say if I'm short or whatever, the lads will look after me, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's just we trust each other and love each other, so we got each other's backs like that.
Yeah, it's like that's usually the way around, isn't it? It's like, boys, you know, I can't.
Can
This is
someone
going to be a
front
bit
this?
rough for me. This one, and it's
Yeah.
all right. Well, don't
Going
worry
through a
about
bit of
it.
a bad patch, like a
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
month or
Yeah,
whatever.
like you
financially,
say, you might just lose a job or something, and like, Yeah, and it's just like, all right, well, don't worry about it. Everyone else will help you out, and then when you get sorted, you sort us out.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, we're all in it for the same reason. So
it's an investment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a business.
Absolutely.
that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Money.
The only successful business where you make a loss.
That's why he's the
every
finance
single
guy.
Yeah.
It's always difficult though when friends get involved in money together.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No,
I
it
think
is.
younger bands that even listen to this that's the honest conversations that younger people don't really want to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did that very
grown-up
early on.
talk.
Yeah,
like-
we had a thing very early on.
Yeah.
That we said we split everything even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Like
Done.
25
no arguments.
down the middle.
Yeah.
And then it gives an incentive, like for any young bands who are listening, if you're starting a band and stuff, if you all split it equally, you all need to pull an equal amount of weight. Like
Yeah.
it might not be like 20, like you've got one person who writes all the songs. Okay, that's great. So get the other person who's really good at some other parts of the band, like
social media.
yeah,
or
social
something
media,
like
or
that.
like getting yourselves organised, or whatever it may be. Like, get them to do most of that, and all like play to each other's strengths and cover each other's weaknesses,
Yeah.
and that's how you form a good team. I think somehow.
So you've played a lot of live performances. What's been your favourite so far? Well, that's like individually.
Joe, I can't let go. So our first, there's two. There's three. Right, there's three.
There's probably more.
There's three, and I feel like I have to say all three.
Okay.
So the first one was we
might stay
opened
on.
for the Wombats at Mountford Hall.
Yeah,
And
that was.
I'm
insane.
like, I'm always nervous at gigs.
Second
No,
name
no
drop
matter
there.
what.
Name drop.
No matter what, I'm always nervous.
We got that completely off our own backs as well.
Yeah. Believe it or not. Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah. Someone was on the back.
We were worried because we were on the doors and we kind of thought, Joe, what, like this will be the biggest gig we've ever played. It was like 3,000 cap or something like that. And I thought this is by far like the biggest gig we've ever played. But it's doors. Not many people might be there.
Yeah, they were saying the
Like,
stage
yeah.
manager was like, don't get disheartened, lads. If you go out and there's no one there, remember it's early, and we're like, yeah, okay, no worries. yeah. It's like just checking the
Oh my
guitars
God.
and shit.
I got. But
Absolutely
it was all behind the curtains. But it was our time to go out. We couldn't see the audience at all.
Yeah.
It was all behind the curtain, and I was the first one to walk on stage. And I just remember walking up the steps, looking out to the crowd. It was full, front to back, and I just turned round to the lads and just went, "Oh my fuck!" I was like, "What?"
I remember you saying
I remember it looking back and just going, like, why, what?
It was terrifying. It was amazing, but it was terrifying. But like it was a highlight. But other than that, Joe, I'll narrow it down. I'd say Why Not Festival when we done last year. The tent was absolutely packed. We got a picture with the crowd at the
Is
end.
that
Everyone was
through
buzzing.
The application.
It was through This Feeling.
Yeah, This Feeling.
production company.
thank you. This feeling.
Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out.
And,
shout out to Mikey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some bits.
George.
And it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was really good.
What's the other one? You said 3.
Isle of Wight. That was our first major festival. So
Oh yeah.
that was an amazing weekend as well.
We get a lot of
9 in a
bands from
tent.
like Northwest playing Isle of Wight,
Yeah.
don't we?
Yeah.
It's a really cool festival.
It's
It
incredible.
was really cool.
I loved it, mate.
It was an amazing first experience at like
Yeah.
the first festival we've ever played, and it was Isle of Wight. We were like, oh my god, we've made it. We've made it, boys. Yeah. We got £2 in the account. Yeah.
How much is the crossing, boys? I still get emails from that,
Same.
Laura, yeah. You gonna cross over to Isle of Wight again? Nope.
No. Well, it depends if we're playing.
Not playing yet, love.
Come
Nice
on,
one,
Laura.
though,
Do us a
Laura.
favour.
Sort it out.
Great. Chris, what is your favourites?
I was gonna go straight to Why Not.
Yeah.
This year, Why Not was
What was it about Why Not then?
That's it. Yeah,
specifically?
because I was
It
going to say why
was-
not. You'd probably say why not, wouldn't you?
I'll
When they
quickly
keep saying
think
why
of
not, that's the festival, by the way. Instead of just keep saying why not, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Go on. Go on.
It was just. I think we kind of we went to Why Not, and we had a plan to like basically go around before our gig, go around the whole festival, really, all the fields, and just basically talk to randomers and
Like
tell,
market.
and tell
Yeah.
like literally personal market, and
Just
sell
make a
on.
just make a connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
invite
Who are
invite
you
them
going
to
to
come
see
later.
today?
Yeah,
Not a lot of bands.
What are you
do that
doing at
anymore.
5 o'clock?
Yeah.
No, they really don't.
it
Not a
was
lot of people do
it was a
that.
bit mad, like, and it was kind of a shot in the dark, but then it paid off.
It
really
I
paid
think
off.
that's
really
probably
will.
one of the best things you can do at a festival. Bring a little, some
Yeah.
flyers with you,
Yeah.
some tiny flyers, whatever, with a QR code with all your socials on or
Yeah.
something, and just go around loads of
Yeah.
people.
Well,
So maybe if you hate that type of thing, have a few pints, have a shot.
Yeah.
Go around. Don't be sick on
Yeah.
it.
Don't be awkward about it.
Ones we did, we were a bit like, oh, I don't know about this man.
It's like
People
people
just
just
look
one of
at
those
that.
like, hi, my name's Mr. Matthews.
After like 2 or 3, you're like, oh yeah, what's happening? Oh, who are you going to see at 6 o'clock? Oh, not anymore. You come to see us now.
yeah, it was literally
The
that.
guerrilla warfare tactics paid off.
Yeah, we had a packed out tent.
Yeah,
Like so many people turned up. If anybody was there, is listening, that like
yeah.
that made it. Yeah,
That made our day.
yeah,
Made our
the
time.
year.
Made our
Yeah,
time as a
the
band.
year. Yeah, because
Um,
and there was so many of them came up to us afterwards who
Yeah.
we'd spoken
Mm.
to in the day. It was like, oh my god, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
They were bouncing along to the tunes.
They were.
And it was just
Yeah,
it was
get any better than that, really.
so
is it?
good. Yeah. People singing some of the tunes back
Yeah.
because they'd obviously went and listened, and it was that when you get your tunes sang back at you, it's just
That's
just not beats that. Not beats that. So,
That's great.
I'm gonna pick one from the way back when times. The dark times. I'm gonna say the final show of our UK tour in 2019, where we did a sold out sound basement.
oh yeah.
it's
To be
just
fair,
the sweatiest, messiest, horriblest, dirtiest gig ever. Like, very sure I fell over.
Yeah.
P destroyed his
I fell-
glasses.
You fell over.
P decimated his glasses.
Yeah, glasses broken. Like, all got absolutely hammered after it. Like, every band that was on was just incredible. It was like,
Who was it? Lake Acacia?
Lake
and-
Acacia.
Who was the other one?
Venus D'Amelio or something. Venus
No,
D'Amelio.
no,
No,
no.
it
That was
wasn't
like, that was
them.
earlier.
Was
That was like one of the first
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
I don't think. I don't
Oh,
know,
I
yeah,
feel-
I don't
I feel
know
horrible
this-
for that
I
now.
don't think they're still going either. I think they were one of the COVID casualties.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Acacia are still going.
Lake
Yeah.
Acacia's
Two-
still
they're
going.
two-piece
Shout
now,
out to
though.
Lake Acacia.
Yeah, shout they're like they're
Belter
they've
band, them.
Oxford bass band.
Really, really.
Belter.
So cool.
Like Royal
So-
Blood if they made
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We have differing opinions. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, I think they've gone a little bit downhill from their earlier stuff.
Oh, we've
I must
figured
say.
out
But pioneers in their own
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
There's
I'm
no
putting them
denying
on
that.
blast there. I do apologise. I had to make a point for Lake Acacia. Yeah, I'd say that sound basement gig. It was just one of those proper punk rock
What
Yeah.
venue?
sound basement. I don't think it
Doesn't
actually
exist
exists
anymore.
anymore.
No, it's gone.
That's
In Liverpool.
Oh, in Liverpool.
Liverpool,
All right,
yeah.
okay.
Um,
I thought you meant further down south.
Yeah,
then for-
it's just like, do you know those like those proper old school gigs where it's like you can't tell where the stage starts and the crowd begins, and it's like it was just bodies, and limbs.
I feel like Jacaranda's a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jacaranda.
Yeah.
We've got,
Yeah,
literally-
yeah,
we've got like a
yeah.
little lip about
like that.
bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like Jacaranda.
It
but
was
with
exactly
a-
like
that. Didn't, you know, if you
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can jump.
Oh, right, okay.
jump in there,
You're not on the first floor with your head.
Because we've done the same thing in Jacaranda like a few times now. Where we've sold
Had
it
some
out and
amazing
like
gigs in the
had
Jack,
some
to be
proper
fair.
sweaty basement ones,
Mm.
and they've been amazing. But that sound basement gig was just different. I think because we'd done the tour and we'd not even been a band for that long. We solidified the lineup and we're like, right, we're gonna hit the roads and just get out there. When you could actually book a tour like that.
Yeah.
It was so DIY.
Yeah.
It was Peter.
Take a real
He
warfare
nailed
tactics.
it.
Yeah.
Peter nailed it.
And then we barely paid for hotels either.
No,
did
'cause
we?
we
was
just stayed at
where
all
are
the
we?
Peter's
Like
there.
Glasgow. Oh yeah, I've got a cousin there. And then we're in Birmingham. I was like,
Got
oh
a
yeah,
mate
my auntie lives there. London. Oh yeah, I've got like 4 cousins there. Stay in one of their houses each.
Nailed
What?
it.
The most well-connected man in the world.
Yeah.
And he knows the wombats.
Yeah, if you didn't know.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good gig.
It was a good tour.
It was.
Yeah.
It was amazing
that
tour.
video.
And to come out from that tour with everything we built up, and then lockdown.
Yeah.
It's
That
just
was
depressing
depressing.
we've just
Top
done
was
has
getting
gone.
the ball rolling.
Yeah, it's like, and
And
let's
then
start
the ball
again.
turned into a square.
Yeah. It was not rolling.
It be stationary. Yeah.
Yeah.